Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. In one of my previous videos, we saw how to create a low poly template on Pepakura. So today we are going to see a little bit more features about Pepakura and see how you can utilize those features to optimize your low poly templates. So let me open my Pepakura designer. So I was working on low poly versions for my Halloween collection and I have prepared this skull as part of that Halloween collection. I have created this 3D template in Blender and I'm going to drop this object file in the Pepakura software. So first, I don't want any flip, I want it to remain as it is. Then this is my front, so no change in the color. This is my bottom, so again no change in the colors. I don't want to invert it, and finish. I want my skull to be around 20 centimeter high, so 200 mm. Rest of the dimensions will automatically get changed, so you only need to change one of the dimensions. Click OK. The red line on any 3D model indicates an open area. That means that this area is not going to be connected to any other part of your entire 3D model. So just rotate your entire 3D model and check once before you start creating the template out of it. Now you can let Pepakura do the entire unfolding for you, or you can tell Pepakura at which parts to divide your model. So the first thing that you do whenever you upload any template is that you define cut lines. So on this menu here, you can see this option, specify cut line edges. Click on that and you start defining the cut line. Since now it is very small, so I'm going to use my scroll wheel to zoom a little bit. So I'm going to keep the entire model simple. Whenever you are doing this, ensure that you club all the colors together. So do not mix a black and white color into a single portion. You can rotate it using right mouse click. You can zoom in and zoom out using the center mouse click. And if you want to shift or move the model, click the center wheel button and move it around to move the model. So let me first do the white portion and then we will move on to the black portion. And we are done with specifying the cut line edges. Just rotate it around to see, if you have missed anything or not. If you are happy, then click on this unfold and let the software do its works. Now, if you see, the software automatically separates different colors onto different pages. So this one rectangle that you see, one dotted rectangle, is one single page. So these all are white and these all are black. Obviously you are not able to see anything inside the black, so you need to remove this material color and you need to click here and all the parts will become without color and you can see all parts clearly. Next thing you need to do is you need to put edge IDs, because a lot of times the pieces are so small that when we put edge IDs, they overlap each other and we don't want that in the final print. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going into the 2D menu and I'm going to click on show edge ID. Now zoom into your right hand panel by scroll wheel and see if the numbers are overlapping or not. As we can see that the numbers are not overlapping and are clearly visible in the final output. We'll see the other sections also. You can move around the right hand working area using the right mouse click, just like you were doing it with the left hand model area. So the numbers are clearly visible on all the parts, but if you feel that these numbers are too small or too large, you can change it also. So all you need to do is go into the settings, click on other settings, and then under the other you can change this font size. Currently it is 5. If I'll make it 10, what will happen is that the numbers are going to get bigger, but then in some of the parts you will see that the numbers are overlapping. Now if you provide this template to somebody, they will not be able to understand which edge and which flap corresponds to which number. So you need to ensure that the size of these edge IDs are at a suitable font. So it was 5, so I'll type 5. The minimum you can go is 4, you cannot go below 4, and hence, and now it is clearly visible. Okay, so that's about the edge IDs. Now comes the crucial task. If you are creating templates for others to build, if you are making it for yourself, it's pretty easy enough to do because you already know what you are doing. But if you are building the template for others, then you need to provide a sequence to the template. So in what sequence you want to arrange the parts. So for example, if I have to work on it, this will be part number 1, this will be part number 2, then this and this will be part number 3 together. I think there was some additional cut line here, so we'll need to join it later. Part number 4 and so on. So how do we do that? So what we need to do is we need to arrange things. So what I will do is that I will clean up the first page. I'll move these items here and start with the part number 1. Also, whenever you click on any part here, that particular section will get highlighted. Or if you want to see where your corresponding part is on the right hand side, you click on that part and that section will get highlighted here. So either way you can find where the part lies on your model and where the model part lies on your template. You can do both of them. So let's start now. I'll be telling you a lot of keyboard shortcuts to speed up your work. So if you want to go into the selection mode, press Ctrl M, or you can press it here also. I'll click on it. Here is my part. Now I need to start arranging it on my template. Here is part number 1. Ensure that you're keeping some distance from both the edges. Now I need to give it part number 1, so I need to add a text saying 1. To add a text, you can either click this or you can press Ctrl T and you go into the text mode. You can see this T here. Now click wherever you want to put the text. It's a good practice to put the part number in a different color. Normally I use red, so I'll use the red color here. Font size 12 is good enough for me. So 1. And here is part number 1. Now you will not get out of the text mode. To go back into the selection mode, you need to press Ctrl M. We are here, part number 2. Where is part number 2? Here is part number 2. Now it is unnecessarily using a lot of vertical space. I want to rotate it. But if you want to rotate it from a different part, for example, you want to rotate it at this point, you don't want to rotate it in the general rectangle, then you need to press Ctrl R. The moment you will press Ctrl R, it will give you all the vertex point along which you can rotate. So if you want to rotate it along this point, click on that particular point, crosshair will appear. You can see this crosshair coming, and then you can rotate it along this point. So this way you can rotate it along any point that you want and you can optimally place it. I'm going back to Ctrl M to select it and I can place it here, and I'm utilizing all the space I can. I don't want to waste paper, so I want to print as many parts as possible without creating any conflict with other parts in the same page. So this is part number 2. I'll press Ctrl T again to go back to text mode, put 2, press Ctrl M again. Now coming to this part. Now this and this part ideally should be connected. They got accidentally disconnected, so I'll show you how to join it. To join two parts, press Ctrl N. This will take you into the join disjoin mode. Now I want to join these two parts, so I'll click them and I'll join. In case if I want to disjoin it, I'll click it and it will disjoin. So now I've broken my one part into 3 parts, but since I want it in single part, I'll join it again. Go back to selection mode using Ctrl M. Here is my part selected, and let me see where it is. Ctrl M. Let's see if I can place it horizontally here. I can place it, but it's a tight fit, but I don't mind because I'm utilizing the space, so this will work. Ctrl T again, press 3, and so on. We'll keep on going. Now once you're done arranging the part, your work does not finish there. Now you need to analyze the parts that you have created. So for example, whenever you are analyzing two adjacent parts. So this is part 1 and part 2. Ensure that the flaps are in alternate order. So on one edge there is a flap, then there is an edge, there is a flap, there is an edge, a flap, edge, and so on. Just ensure that no two sides have flaps together or edges together, because when you are actually creating the model, it helps if you have flaps in alternate order. If you have either flaps in continuous order or edges in continuous order, it takes more time to finish the model. So just go through each part and see if that particular trend is followed everywhere or not. So number 3 is also okay. Now coming to number 4, as you can see that we have a flap, then again flap, and then edge, and it's not alternate order. So what we are going to do is that we are now going to switch the flap between piece number 4 and piece number 5. So let's see if this works or not. So to switch the flaps, click on this edit flaps. You can click here, or you can also press Ctrl F. The moment you will press Ctrl F, you will get two options: whether you want to determine the height and shape of the flap, or you want to determine the position of the flap. Right now we want to determine the position of the flap. So it's done. Now it's a flap, 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 and so on. Similarly, piece number 5, 6, 7, 8 is okay, 9, 10, 11 is okay, 12, 13. Coming to piece number 14, flap, edge, flap, edge, flap, edge, flap, edge, flap, edge. This we want to change. If you want to limit the height of your flaps, this height of your flap, then normally it is 5 mm. Let's say you want to keep it at 3 mm because you are building a very small model and you don't want flaps to occupy too much space. So put it at 3, and you can either apply it to all, or you can apply it to specific edges. For example, this one. Now my shape has changed to 3 mm, or to this one, or you can do it to all, and all the flaps are now of 3 mm size. So this is to optimize your further model, but ensure that if you are building with a thicker paper, do not keep a 3 mm flap. It will be very difficult to attach. Always keep a 5 mm flap at minimum if you are building with a thicker paper. If you are building with a thinner paper, you can go with a 3 mm flaps height also. If you want to place some image on your entire template, you can just click on this. It will ask you to import an image. So let's say I go to my Halloween. I want to place this image. Okay. And I can resize it, and you can put your image also. So my entire model has been completed in 3 pages: page number 1, page number 2, and page number 3. When we unfolded it, it was spread across 7 pages, but now you are able to compact it and make it in 3 pages. So that's the beauty of Pepakura. It allows you a lot of editing facility to ensure that you are utilizing your page space in a better way. You can mention your colors here in the form of text. White, in case you don't want to type again and again, you can also duplicate it. So there is an option of duplicate. Since there is no space at the corner, so I'll put it here. I'll need to edit it. Black, and click OK. Now I can take a printout of it. So all I need to do is go to File, Print to PDF. So I'll call it test file. Give it a few seconds. You do not see any pop-up whether the file has been created or not. You need to go to your folder and check whether the file has been created. Click on the test file and see how it has come. And voila, it has come really good. No parts are getting cut at the borders. The edges are very clear. You can clearly read out the part numbers also and the edge numbers. So this is good to go. Now all you need to do is give it to anyone who wants to create a model out of it and bring some happiness onto faces of others. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. If yes, then please do not forget to hit the like, share and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.